Yeah, anyway, I feel like I get hit by a fucking
Mack truck.
Mack truck. And but yeah, I'm hoping to come out of it. Hopefully, this pod will snap me out of it. We got some good stories, so
Yeah, we do got some good stories.
That's right.
I did a show on Fire Island last week.
Right, yeah.
Last
There's
Wednesday.
a comedy club out there, or what is that?
Well, that's just the name of the thing. It's in
call
a
it a
restaurant.
Right.
It's in a restaurant called the Hideaway. I never been. No, I don't think you have been to Fire Island. I never been to Fire Island.
No, I've only ever heard that it's like gay. People do
Apparently,
gay
that's
stuff.
just one neighborhood.
Okay, well, they really claim the whole name.
They claim the whole name.
They
yeah.
claim Fire Island for all their butt sex and all the stuff that happens. And
Yeah.
hey, I've nothing against it. It sounds like a fucking pretty wild, awesome time.
Yeah,
But
it
now,
does
did you
sound
see
like
any
fun.
of that when you were out there?
I didn't see any gay sex or anything
You didn't see any
of
gay
that
sex.
nature. No.
Okay. You just kind of did the comedy show at the restaurant.
No, but I do want to go back. I want to go back for a weekend.
Yeah, I hear most people want to go back.
Yeah. I couldn't get enough.
You want to go back for a weekend, maybe get a hotel.
Maybe get a hotel.
Yeah, spend a little more time there.
It's been a little more time.
Go
there.
incognito mode.
Yeah, incognito. Have anonymous gay sex.
Yeah.
No, I went there. I took the ferry to Fire Island.
Yeah.
And it's in a restaurant called The Hideaway. Great restaurant. Support it. Check it out. They need it after this because
Oh, no.
there's 4 comics. Each is doing 20. The host does 20.
Yeah.
Brings me up. I get about 10 minutes in. I'm doing well. Show's going great. Packed. It's a small place, but it seats 60. It's full.
Yeah.
Packed out. People are having a good time.
Great.
A little rowdy.
Okay, but I like that sometimes.
I like that sometimes. And it wasn't, it was all, they were kind of rich. It was rich people, not
Rich rowdy.
Yeah, rich rowdy. And so I would get about 10 minutes in, the fire alarm goes off.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I don't take it very seriously, and I'm still up there trying to talk over it. Well,
You don't take the fire alarm seriously?
No, I didn't take it very seriously.
Were people evacuating while you were
Well, hold on. Okay. So we all don't take it very seriously. I'm in a jokey mood. I'm
Right.
and I'm joking around, and so it keeps going, and nobody shuts it off. And then somebody comes up to the side of me and he goes, "No, we actually have to evacuate."
While you're on stage?
Yeah.
They go, it's over.
No, we actually have to evacuate. So then I had to make an announcement. I go,
Yeah.
"Oh, I guess we actually have to leave."
Oh, my
and I
God.
set the microphone down and I walked out.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you resume the show at any point?
Well, yes.
Okay.
So we all evacuate, and it takes about 15-20 minutes for the fire department to come and check it out. Now, did you ever watch the show Rescue Me, Joe?
No.
With Dennis Leary about firefighters?
No, I'm not my dad, so.
Oh, right. It's a great show.
It sounds like something.
It was on FX, so
Of
it
course-
like a procedural.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like Law and Order. or
Yeah, it wasn't
anything.
Channel 4
No.
programming.
No.
9 p.m.
No,
Yeah.
no. This was at the beginning of the golden age of television.
Of FX.
Yeah, of FX. A great show. Rescue Me. Check it out. One of Mabry's must-sees. So anyway, one of the firefighters, I think I recognize him.
What?
Yeah, I think
From Rescue Me?
This guy looks familiar. And I look. They all have the names in the back of their last names in the back of their fire jackets.
Yeah. Well, do they? I don't know. Do they?
Yeah, they do. Well, they do.
Shorts.
Yeah.
Ladder 12.
Well, this guy's last name was Burke. So I look up Burke, Rescue Me. He's an actor. He's a volunteer firefighter, and he's an actor.
And he played a firefighter.
He actually played a priest
Oh, okay. I was
on
going
the
to say.
show, but it's a show about firefighters.
Because in a way, if he played a firefighter in the show, he's also playing one in real life.
Yeah.
Since he's a volunteer. I'm sorry, if you're a volunteer, you're not a firefighter. You're one of them.
I don't know if I sign off on
Also,
that.
no,
but-
I don't actually believe that. I don't actually believe that.
Yeah.
But also, is every firefighter a volunteer firefighter? Because I only ever hear of volunteer firefighters.
Well, they're the true heroes. because they're not getting paid.
Is there one guy on payroll and then like everyone else is a volunteer?
No, there's professional firefighters, but they're doing it. They're in it for the money. These guys,
they're not in it for the flames.
They're in it for the love of the game.
For the flames.
Yeah, for the flames. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if there's more to this story.
Yeah,
well, did you
is.
talk to him? Yeah.
No, I didn't want to bother him on the job.
Okay.
He's on the job.
Yeah, right.
So no, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love that show, and he's been in a bunch of stuff. You would recognize him. But anyway, so we go back in. I have to go back. I have to.
Would I recognize him from firefighting or from television?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, we have to go back in, and I have to go back up and finish my.
That's a nightmare.
Set. Yeah,
it's a nightmare.
But get this. So I go back in. There were 60 people before. 10 people left. 10 people came back. The majority of people walked out on their bills.
Oh, wow. 50 people left?
Yeah.
They go, what are we going to go back in there?
What, are we going to go back in and pay our bill? No. We're gonna.
They hadn't even set a card down.
No.
Oh, my God. That's heinous.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
Fire Island has got... I had one reputation. I think it might have another reputation.
Yeah, for scumbags.
That's crazy. So that's like pretty catastrophic to that business.
Yeah. Well, I believe one person, one table... There's a bunch of groups of people. One group, they said they had an $800 bill.
Oh, my God.
And they walked out. They go, when are we ever going to get this opportunity again? They took it. They walked out.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, but
I
terrible.
couldn't even imagine doing that.
Terrible people.
The guilt would eat away at me for the rest of my life if I did something.
I know. The scumbags out there.
Complete
Who
scumbags.
are the people patronizing the bar? Were they from like Long Island or Staten Island or...
They're probably Long Island trash.
Yeah, Long Island trash.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll make it quick because we've been on this, but I had a very similar situation happen to me one time.
Really?
I was 10 minutes into a set, packed crowd, Comedy Club of Kansas City, and I was featuring, and so I had about 15, 20 minutes left. And a guy, I hear some commotion. Guy like falls out of his seat, and I start riffing about it. I'm like, "Well, this guy had one too many drinks. What? I cool it on the Millers, buddy." And his wife goes, "No, he's having a heart attack."
Oh, no.
She goes, "Call 911." And I go, "Right." And, and then they called, 911.
Yeah.
And then I had to I was like, "An ambulance is coming." And then I tried to make like 2 jokes to like cut the tension.
Yeah.
And nobody laughed.
Oh,
and then the owner of the
jeez.
club's in the background. He goes, like,
Get
cut
off.
him off the stage,
Yeah.
and I just go, the ambulance is coming.
Yeah, that's my time. My ride's here.
That's my time. I put my mic down.
You didn't say my ride's here?
My ride's here? No, I wish I would have thought of that. But the first 2 ambulance jokes did not work, so I was like, why even try a third? Yeah. So, but luckily, I did not have to go back up. The show did go on.
Yeah.
They put the host back up,
Yeah.
and she bought some time.
Yeah.
While everybody, but she was like, let's all like pray, and I was like, I wouldn't be. I'm not the person for this situation.
No, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, no. But the guy survived. Actually, they put him on a stretcher and they wheeled him out, and then he like gained consciousness right as they were taking him out, and he gave 2 thumbs up, and he goes, "Carry on."
That's pretty cool.
It was cool. We had
I
his blessing, and I think if he didn't do that, I really don't think the show could have gone on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's like
my whole family.
It's like
was
Damar Hamlin.
Stop
the game.
You remember when they put Damar Hamlin in that playoff game last year to like they were gonna go for it on 4th. They're playing the Chiefs, the Bills were, and they drew up this play. They put Damar Hamlin on offense,
really,
and they're gonna do. Oh, it was a fake punt.
Yeah,
it was a fake punt, and Damar Hamlin's in, and we obviously they're trying something here.
Yeah.
And so they're gonna fake the punt. They're gonna go for it on 4th down, and they throw it to Damar Hamlin. Immediately gets tackled. Doesn't get the 4th down. Turns the game. They lose the game. They're out of the playoffs.
Geez.
Yeah, it was brutal.
No, I don't remember that, but that's hilarious.
It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I saw it live. I could not believe it. It was so funny, man. I was like,
it's
wow.
so blatantly obvious that they're going to pass it to Damar Hamlin.
Yeah,
Why put him
exactly.
in?
He's not on special teams.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now, had they put him in and then pass it to somebody else, now there's a brilliant play.
That would be, a brilliant play.
Why ask me?
Even though I have a pretty good track record. Yeah. Well, Trent, shall we tell the folks at home what is happening on this podcast?
Well, I would love nothing more, Joe, This is the Echo Chamber podcast with Joe and Trent, the only podcast where two comedians read the Wall Street Journal because one of us gets it for free from work.
All right.
And Joe, would you like to give us a little rundown of some of the stories?
Well, I will. So here's the thing. I've got one pretty longer one.
Sure.
And then I also have a new segment I would like to introduce to the show.
Oh, really?
So first we're going to hear my new segment, which is called Little Echoes.
Oh, Little Echoes.
We're going to hear a couple little echoes.
Okay.
And that's pretty quick. And then we're going to turn it back over to you.
All right. Okay, so then, all right, then I'll. Well, we also have a Wall Street Whoopsie.
Oh, Wall Street Whoopsie.
Yeah.
We got a couple fun segments to kick us off. Yeah.
And then I guess I'll go again. Well, fewer teens are learning how to drive. They say we're done.
We're done.
We don't need it.
Give us the self-driving car. We're not interested. Well, we're going to hear about a wine country real estate face-off that turned bizarre. So
wow.
We'll jump into that too. We've covered a couple of like weird real estate stories. So this is another one.
Yeah. Rich people in real estate, they're weird.
If anyone comes to your town and starts buying everything, it usually means something bad is happening. That's the moral of the story I've learned.
Well, Joe, Brazil, they're popular for their nude beaches. You know that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Famous.
But apparently they have a problem. There's not enough nudists.
Really? I didn't think that would be the problem in Brazil.
Well, that's what everybody says. That's what people say. But apparently there's... no
one wants to show... Whatever happened to Free the Nipple? That was our big movement.
And I was its strongest supporter.
Yeah, it would be both. Well, we're also going to hear, at least my final story for the day, what's wrong with Starbucks? Yeah, so they fucked it all up.
No. They fucked it up.
They were on top of the world for 3 decades. They fucked it all up. It's all over. So we're going to hear about that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, Starbucks may be having issues, but you know who's making a comeback?
Who's that, Trent?
Grizzly bears.
Oh, good. The world's getting safer.
They're making a comeback, and they're causing problems.
And that's our final story.
That's our final story.
All right, well, I'm going to kick us off on a new segment called Little Echoes. And so these are just a couple little tidbits of things happening around the world.
Sure.
One, the Taliban are celebrating their return to power anniversary.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah. Happy anniversary to the Taliban. They've been back in power in Afghanistan for a couple of years now. Wow. The U.S. does not recognize them as a governing power there. But, well, they're having a party anyway. Another little echo from around the world. Stonehenge.
Yes.
We know about Stonehenge.
Sure.
Well, everybody's always wondered where those stones came from.
Yeah, those big stones.
In the middle of the field. I mean, what are they doing here?
What does it all mean? What is
Well, they did a 23andMe on the stones or something to that effect.
They made the stones spit in a tube?
Yeah. They scraped the cum off the side of them, and they figured out they're from Scotland.
Okay.
So they hauled them all the way down the whole country of Great Britain there.
Really?
Yeah. About 5,000 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're pretty heavy, apparently.
Do they know how they did that?
No. But they do know they came from Scotland.
Okay, wow.
So, yeah, happy anniversary to the Taliban, and the more you know about Stonehenge.
Here's to 60 more years for the Taliban.
And that's Little Echoes.
Yeah, it's Little Echoes, and now we'll take a little visit to Wall Street Whoopsies.
All right, what'd they fuck up this time?
Well, a motorcyclist rode through a barrier constructed of paper bricks for India's Independence Day celebration in Bangalore on Thursday. A caption with a page one photo on Friday described it as a brick barrier.
Oh, they were paper bricks.
They were paper bricks.
Okay.
So this motorcycle didn't ride through
a brick wall.
A brick wall.
Yeah, and survived.
It was paper bricks.
It was paper bricks.
Yeah. So.
Wow, that's quite the whoopsie indeed. Wow.
And speaking of driving, Joe, hopefully not through a brick wall or at all.
Or at all.
Fewer teens. This is from the...
teens. They're not driving. They're not having sex.
No.
What are they doing?
They're on Discord.
They're tweaking.
They're tweaking. They're on Discord.
They're edging. They're gooning.
They're gooning. They're edging. They're tweaking. They're in the damn phone zone, Joe.
Yeah, but boy, are they cool.
This is from the Wall Street Journal. Fewer teens willing to pay price to drive. Young point to high cost for cars and insurance, opt for other transit options.
Wow. Now, okay, what other transit options? I mean, if you're outside of New York or...
Their parents.
Oh, of course. How could I forget the public transportation system in our country of parents?
Their parents, yeah. I mean, if there's like...
Mommy, drive me. Here's what's crazy, man. I would never want my mom to drive me anywhere when I was a kid. I couldn't wait to drive. I couldn't wait to get my own car and get out of there and be in charge of my own destiny.
Now, I was a little hesitant about getting the license.
Really? Why?
Just, I mean, driving is the scariest thing you could ever do.
Oh, I loved it. I was swerving, I was peeling, I was crashing into all kinds of things. I must have wrecked my car 100 times.
I never got in a wreck.
Oh, I've been in like 4.
Yeah. No, but I was a little hesitant. But then once I got it, I was like, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
they've got to try it.
Yeah, they got to try it.
They're cowards.
Are they cowards? They're afraid. They don't. They don't like to...
Oh, you pussies! Come on, driving a car is one of the most American things you can do.
Yeah. Well, driving a car, a long symbol of true independence, is now more expensive and complicated than it's worth for many young Americans. This changed view on driving for teens and 20-somethings is manifesting itself in everything from a decline in car purchases to fewer road trips with friends.
Fewer road trips with friends?
Yeah.
See, that's the most fun thing. But
they
are expensive.
Don't like to get... Yeah, it's expensive, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There you go.
It's expensive, and the kids, they don't want to work anymore.
They don't want to work anymore. They don't want to have fun.
They don't want to
go
fun
outside the house.
No, they like to stay in. They like to play Minecraft.
They like Minecraft. They like
Fortnite.
They like Minesweeper.
Minesweeper.
They like RuneScape.
Did you ever figure out RuneScape? Yeah. Did you ever figure out what Minesweeper? What was the deal with that?
No, I never did. It was always just like around, but I never knew what it was or who was playing it.
No, but I used to play it, and I go, I'll click on this, and you lose the game.
Yeah, it's same.
Oh, I guess I'll try again.
My oldest brother would play it, and I think I tried one time, and I
couldn't figure it out.
But the kids now, they love it.
They love it. Yeah, they love it. They love Minesweeper and RuneScape.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't get them off there. They say they're often comfortable relying on public transportation, walking, or having a family member give them a lift, and saving money along the way. The percentage of 19-year-olds with a driver's license dropped steadily from 87.3% in 1983 to 68.7% in 2022.
Wow. That's a pretty steep fall off.
Yeah. Those who decide to own a car must contend with a large jump in cost, says Brianne Armstrong, Director of Insurance Intelligence at research firm J.D. Power.
J.D. Power. That is true, because in the 80s, you could flip burgers for like a summer and buy a pickup truck.
That's true, yes.
And now you'd have to work your whole life.
Now a used car costs $100,000.
Yeah.
And they go, we don't have enough chips. There's no chips.
There's no chips. We're out of steering wheels.
There's no chips. We're out of steering wheels. Meanwhile, 20 years ago, a car didn't need a chip.
You're under 20. Your insurance is $500 a week.
Yeah. So prices for cars, car parts, and insurance have all risen the past few years. To Angelina Reyes, a 19-year-old student without a driver's license at the University of Hartford, driving felt scary and wasn't worth the expense. Quote, I was always sure of myself when I did things, said Reyes, who is from Connecticut. Driving was one of the first times that I wasn't.
Well, yeah, it's scary when you get out there the first time.
Yeah.
You're on the highway.
Right.
But
you persist.
You persist, and then you get reckless with it. And you
get reckless, yeah.
You race your friends late at night on the one highway that no one's ever on.
Exactly. First, you're at 10 at 2. Then a couple weeks later, you're fucking driving like a madman.
Yeah, you're at 10 and fucking can of beer in the other hand.
You're drinking a beer, you're texting.
After a year, I was steering with my knee. I was smoking a bowl. I had my phone in front of my face, I had the blinds down on the windshield.
Right. Now, this is also less young people driving, I think, is also a reason for less people having sex.
You think? Oh, yeah.
You go to a secluded woods.
Right.
And you want to get in the back, and you have dirty, filthy
My first ever sex act was in the back of a car, and much of the rest of America, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what cars are mostly for.
That's what they're for.
Yeah, it's for finger blasting in the back seat.
Yeah, exactly. But they get to experience that. You can't do that. Well, I guess you could, but not as fun. Or maybe it is in the back of an Uber.
In the back of an Uber. I think they should have an Uber service that is designed for that.
Yeah.
You pay a premium.
Yeah.
And they let you do stuff in the back.
Get fingered in the back.
I also have a business idea, and I won't tell you everything about it right now because it's too much. But basically, I think they should have a sanctioned place to go drink and drive, like a Top Golf. Where you go, you get hammered, and then there's like a track. You just take a car, and it's got foam around it and whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's also a casino. People can place bets on, who wins the race. And,
drunk driving races.
Yeah. There's a breathalyzer, and if you don't blow above a .08, the car turns off.
Wow. Don't give this away for free on the pod. This is a brilliant idea.
This is a lot of other ideas.
Yeah. Gavin Moretsky, a 19-year-old student at Schreiner University outside of San Antonio, says he isn't pressed to get a license. He spent time practicing driving, but his family is happy not paying more for auto insurance. He chats with friends on the social messaging platform Discord instead of driving to see them. His summer job was at Little Caesars, a 15-minute walk from his home. Once, Moretsky walked 10 miles to a Thanksgiving celebration.
To Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
You couldn't even arrange a pickup for Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Call your aunt.
Your mom's, how are you getting over here? You don't have a car, right? Yeah, well, walk.
Yeah,
walking.
I'm busy fucking basing the turkey.
Yeah, I get walking to whatever the hangout with the friends, but Thanksgiving, my God.
Right. There's multiple reasons why driving is in decline, but the rise of Uber and Lyft likely can't alone explain teenagers driving less, says Jonathan Asani.
No, because that's also expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll end up paying the same price as owning a car.
Right. His research suggests that teenagers are using rideshare applications for a small portion of their transportation. Chris Moore, a 52-year-old IT operations management in Matthews, North Carolina, says he would shuttle his licenseless 23-year-old daughter 5 times a week to soccer practice when she was in high school. He wanted her to spend her time on academics to get scholarships for college, Moore says.
It's all wrong.
Yeah. He remembers when getting a license was the most pivotal moment of a teen's life. Now, Moore says, my job is to be a taxi.
You know what I would do if I was a parent? Because I think all these kids, they're afraid of the world. They're afraid of going out there.
Yeah.
Because our phones and everything has ruined everybody's mind.
Yeah.
And I would just drop my kid off at whatever's going on. Mm-hmm. Either you can make plans on a Friday night, or I will I'm dropping you off at the movie theater. and also figure a ride home out, because make friends and get a ride home. Right. Because I'm not picking you up. But I am dropping you off because you're getting out of the house. You're not staying here on a Friday night playing Runesweeper all night, all right? You got to learn how to get out there. And
put yourself out there.
Put yourself out there.
But that's the thing. Everybody's doing it. You got the movie theater, you're alone. Nobody's there. No other teens are there. They're out. You're the only one not playing
How about
RuneScape.
This? What about you're a teenager? Make older friends. Find some Gen Xers to hang out with. To maybe smoke some weed with. Yeah. And maybe do some spray paint graffiti.
Oh, yeah.
Spray paint graffiti late at night.
Right.
They call it tagging.
Tag. Yeah, you scale a building.
Find a 41-year-old to go tagging with. If you're 15.
Right, yeah.
That's what I think high schoolers should do. Well, Trent, they definitely shouldn't do this. I guess the flip side is if you get too savvy socially, you turn into this guy.
Yeah, sick fuck.
Yes, sick fuck, manipulating everybody. This is from the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, look at this guy.
Well, this is actually, and I think they did this guy dirty, so there's a picture of like a man here.
Yeah.
This is not the man that they're talking about.
Oh, really?
This is a guy who like brought the guy down.
Oh.
But I would hate it if they put my picture.
Yeah.
Because the whole article is about this piece of shit. So, wine country real estate face-off turns bizarre. Sonoma, California.
Oh.
Everyone in this wine country outpost knew someone who had sold property to the out-of-town developer who dressed like an accountant and drove a pickup truck. But no one seemed to know his plans. Kenneth Matson and his business partner, Timothy Lever, amassed more than 100 properties in the Sonoma area in recent years, including Town Jewels, a beloved cheese shop in the historic square, a Victorian estate doubling as a wedding venue, a chic marketplace, and even a funeral parlor. Initially, local leaders welcomed investment into the sleepy city of 10,000. Yet as prized properties languished vacant, residents grew wary. Quote, the more property they bought and the less they did, I think people started becoming concerned and suspicious, said Sonoma Mayor John Gurney. Yeah, take action, Mr. Mayor. The guy's buying your town and letting it die.
Yeah.
A band of local residents concocted a bizarre theory.
Oh.
The real estate spree was part of a plan to infiltrate the liberal area with Christian nationalists.
Jesus Christ.
Matson's lawyer dismissed this as specious. I don't even know what that word means. And a spokesman for the firm, for Matson, called it baseless and untrue. But the activists uncorked a flood of scrutiny into Lev for Matson. Its wine country empire is now collapsing, besieged by lawsuits from angry investors alleging fraud. The Justice Department is investigating Matson, according to the court filings. Matson's defense attorney, Randy Supalik, said in court filings she is representing him, quote, in connection with possible criminal proceedings arising from his work there. Matson's foray into Sonoma County nearly a decade ago seemed like another savvy business move. The area offered vineyards, charm, and lower real estate prices than Napa. Matson personally bought property while entities he controlled and the firm bought others. But soon he made enemies. Some residents unearthed anti-gay Facebook posts by Matson's wife, Stacy Matson, including one in 2013 stating she was disgusted by the Rose Bowl parade being, quote, hijacked by the gay agenda.
Oh, jeez. It seems to be all these wives, they can't keep their trap shut on Facebook.
They're on Facebook. She goes, I want you to buy every property in Sonoma.
Yeah, they give away. Take
the gay out of it. Yeah.
I'm doing it, but you don't have to put it out.
Yeah. Stop fucking Facebook posting.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, the whole town got pissed off. And said Gary Saperstein, who organizes the annual gay wine weekend.
Oh, so this guy's gay guy.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's gay, but he organizes
likes
the gay wine weekend. So you'd think that you'd think he's at least blown a guy.
Yeah, he's bi at least.
He's bi. I mean, if you're organizing a gay wine event,
yeah,
I'd like to think I've got my hands dirty.
Yeah,
that'd be like putting on like a veterans parade.
Right.
I'd never done time.
Yeah.
So. Well, anyway, Matson came back and said, no, don't listen to my wife. We're proud of being inclusive in Sonoma.
Yeah, no, don't listen to that. She's a crazy bitch.
Yeah. She's a crazy bitch, but
I love her and I fell in love with her.
But I fell in love with her, and the heart wants what the heart wants. They found a filing that said LaFleur had chaired the Capital Resources Institute, whose website says it seeks to advance conservative Christian values, including by removing gay-themed books from school libraries.
Jeez.
Gay-themed books? What are they talking about? All books? Well, critics dubbed there's a group called Wake Up Sonoma. And
Wake Up.
And that was a group dedicated to unearthing this guy's evil agenda.
Yeah.
But the critics of that called it Woke Sonoma. And so anyway, as you can imagine, it's a whole back and forth here. But the real, kicker here is that Matson, buying up all these properties, was doing a Ponzi scheme also.
Oh, really? It was a Ponzi scheme?
Well, so he was getting investors.
Yeah.
And then he's using their money to pay off the old investors. So he's basically just funneling cash.
Jeez.
And what they call a house of cards situation.
Yes, a house of cards, yes.
Man.
Yeah,
so anyway,
you hate to. You think you know a guy.
You think you know a guy, but anyway, he's getting sued by everybody in the world. And I don't know. I guess he won't be getting any more of our gay books out of the gay library. They're going to stay no matter what his bitch wife wants. Well, I'm glad that they're, seeking justice on this guy.
Yeah, wow. That's crazy. That's a crazy story. Well, Joe, this is from the Wall Street Journal. Brazil nude beaches have a problem. Not enough nudists.
Fly me down right now.
As some say, country is getting too prudish. Naturists want more skin in the game.
Right.
So Brazil, maybe Matson's over there. He's turning it into a bunch of prudes.
Now, I wonder about this. Is there like a correlation between people getting naked at the beach and like good times versus bad times in Brazil?
Well, I don't know, but good times, bad times, I've had my share. But this is Dateline Rio de Janeiro.
Okay.
In Brazil, home to sensual carnival parades and the world's skimpiest bikinis.
Carnival. Carnival.
And the world's skimpiest bikinis.
Yeah, that's right.
The country's
Mamma mia.
and big, beautiful Brazilian asses.
All right, Trent. I know how you get.
The country's nudists are facing an unexpected predicament. Brazilians won't take their clothes off in public.
Take your clothes off.
Right. Now, would you ever go to a nude beach, Joe?
I've been to one.
You've been to one, and you got nude.
In Spain. I didn't get nude. Well, I didn't know it was a nude beach. It wasn't just nude. It was a mix. But there were naked people there, and there were as many, if not more, naked men there than women.
I think that's probably how it goes.
Yeah, and they were old, and they were sun-crusted, leather skin, fucking ball sack hanging down.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a couple naked ladies there too, but it was a beautiful thing. I liked it.
You liked it.
I liked it. Could have used a few more ladies, but it was a good start.
Yeah, who am I to judge?
With
social conservatism prevalent across parts of Brazil,
really,
the country's Naturist Federation has hired naked guards to try to keep clothed bathers off Abrico Beach, a secluded stretch of sand in Rio de Janeiro, and one of the nation's last remaining nudist beaches.
Yeah, I think you can't have clothes and go there.
I agree.
Yeah. Quote, if it's just nude,
Yeah. Quote, "Hey man, take them off," shouts Anderson de Oliveira, a 46-year-old Uber driver who moonlights as one of Abrico's watchmen. Technically, bathers have a constitutional right to wear whatever they want, but the nudists strive to maintain a certain vibe.
Right.
Dressed in nothing but a baseball cap, a walkie-talkie dangling from his neck, he gestures energetically at a new arrival and the offending trunks. "What's the problem?" says De Oliveira, known as Jesus because of the expansive Jesus tattoo across his chest.
Nice.
"God made us this way."
Yeah, embrace it.
Take them off.
Take them off.
Take them off or kick rocks. Getting naked in Brazil is harder than it looks. Topless sunbathing is generally banned, though allowed at Abrico, the nude beach, and punishable with up to a year in jail under a 1940s law prohibiting acts of public obscenity.
Wow.
Police enforcement varies wildly. A 36-year-old woman went topless in Santa Catarina last year while walking her dogs on the beach. Police handcuffed and arrested her.
Really? So it's illegal to be nude on the beach?
Yeah, at certain beaches, except for this one, Abrico.
Okay. Right.
But this was at a different beach.
Right.
And they said, "We're locking you up."
We're locking you up. For vulgarity. We're going to take you back to the police department.
Which it kind of goes against everything you hear about Brazil. All the stereotypes, they're fucking...
Well, maybe they're just that, Trent. Maybe they're just stereotypes.
Maybe they're just stereotypes, but, I've
never
can
known...
a stereotype be false?
Yeah, it's news to me.
It's kind of news to me.
It's news to me.
Brazil can be utterly contradictory. On one hand, seemingly liberal, but also totally conservative, says Pedro Ribeiro, 66, a school teacher and naturist who battled protesters in the courts for decades to establish Abrico as a nudist beach. His students now fondly refer to him as Mr. Big Naked Guy.
Mr. Big Naked Guy? Wow.
He explained, perched on a rock overlooking the Paradisal Enclave.
Was he naked when they interviewed him?
I think so. See, he's fucking perched on a rock. He's got his cock, his
cock's draped down on the rock, And
I'm a school teacher.
And
my students call me Mr. Big Naked Guy. And they love me.
They love me. They come and visit me here.
And I'm a hero, yeah. Despite a 2014 law permanently establishing Abrico as a nudist beach, Ribeiro said members of the Naturist Federation show up every weekend to keep away protesters and curious onlookers. Peeping Toms.
Peeping Toms.
Some people treat it like a zoo. They come in to get a good look, said Ribeiro.
Yeah.
Peeping Toms and protesters. Could you imagine spending your life, this is what you're going to protest?
Yeah, people getting naked.
Yeah.
That's so fucking lame.
It's lame, yeah.
There's other things to protest, too.
Yeah. What are you doing this weekend? I'm going to the beach. Are you going to enjoy the ocean? No, I'm going to hold a sign.
There were these virgin losers protesting these naked people.
They're losers.
I have more sympathy for the peeping Toms than the protesters.
Yeah, peeping Toms. I mean, they're just trying to get their rocks off, and you can't fault somebody for that.
No, you can't. But you know what I say? By any means necessary. No.
Douglas Coimbra, 38, a construction worker, said nude sunbathing helped him accept his fuller figure. Quote, "It doesn't matter what your body looks like here. You can be fat, thin, attractive, or not. It is just a body," said Coimbra, vacationing from Sao Paulo
really
with his wife.
To be attractive.
It sure helps. It sure helps me. Then another guy, Jonathan De Souza, uniquely straddles both worlds. The non-nude beach and the nude beach.
Wow, he's a man of...
Yes, he's an he sells ice cream, Joe.
And it doesn't matter what the job is. Saying what the job is and saying they go to nude beaches makes it seem weirder.
Yeah.
It just makes them all seem weird.
Yeah, you're right.
You could have said anything.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what a sick fuck.
Well, he sells ice cream on the beach.
Oh, okay. Well.
He enjoys a monopoly over Abrico as the only person willing to get naked to peddle popsicles to nudists.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah.
Get naked if you're going to sell popsicles. If you're going to step foot on that beach, we need bare ass and bare balls.
Right, exactly. But here's what I'd be afraid of if I was a popsicle salesman on the nude beach.
Yeah.
Being too close to the freezer. It's too cold.
Oh, it's too cold. Yeah.
Your cock would shrivel up.
Your cock would shrivel up.
You want to make a good impression.
That's the hardest part about being naked there at all. What if your cock shrivels up inside of itself and you get laughed at?
You get laughed at.
Now, the security there, because it seems like it could be like a place where crimes would happen.
Well, they get into that and they say the nude beaches are safer because there's no place to smuggle anything. There's no place to smuggle weapons or anything except your ass. You can't fucking bring a knife into your swimming trunks or anything.
Right.
That's what they say in the article.
I guess.
Well, this is a quote from the ice cream salesman. "I was a bit nervous at first, but then I checked out the other guys and realized I had nothing to worry about."
All right.
My
cock is 6.1 inches.
"My wife nearly broke up with me, but business has been great."
Business has been great, and you'd be surprised what people will do for ice cream. Well, good for him, man. Yeah. Do you think people got to be hornier there, right? I mean, I know the consensus is like, no, we're just here, we're nude, we're enjoying the beach.
Yeah, that's how God made you.
But I feel like people get all jacked up over there, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
You would think so.
You'd think so.
But maybe we're just sexually repressed.
Yeah, we are. I mean, we're from the Midwest, so I can't even... The idea of a nude beach at all is like... it's like crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have a rock hard little... I'd be a little freak over there. Just joking around.
Just joking around. We're
just joking around. Comedy podcast. Well, Trent, our next story.
Yeah.
In Brazil, they're trying to get naked people. Well, around the world, one company is struggling themselves. Starbucks.
Oh, you hate to hear it.
And they're kind of showing their ass as well right now.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. You see, things have not been going great at Starbucks. This is from the Wall Street Journal. There are at least 170,000 different ways to customize a Starbucks drink.
Yeah, that's too much.
The world's biggest coffee chain may have almost as many challenges. The coffee often feels expensive. Cafes get jammed during the morning rush. Yeah. The app may tell you it's a 7-minute wait for your order, which stretches to 15 or 20.
Yeah.
There are plenty of other coffee options, especially in China, which Starbucks has targeted as a key growth market.
China.
And the brand often manages to become the culture war punching bag.
It does. I was caught in the middle of that one time.
You were? Oh, yeah. Because what was there? Was a protest there?
Well, I was just killing time before a show. Right. I have a Starbucks gift card.
Yeah.
And I go, I'll go use my Starbucks gift card, kill some time, get a coffee.
Right.
And I'm sitting there in the cafe drinking my coffee. All of a sudden, I hear a bunch of fucking banging on the glass. It was a pro-Palestinian thing. I guess the Starbucks donated a bunch of money to Israel.
Oh, of course, yeah, they're pumping billions. They're running the Netanyahu war machine. Yeah, and they go, no justice, no peace.
Yeah,
you're sipping your fucking chai frappe latte. Well, and there's only one man that can turn it all around. Yeah. The Chipotle CEO.
They hired the Chipotle guy.
Incoming,
and he did such a great job with the Chipotle. I mean,
they said he turned around Chipotle. I'm like, really? Because the last I saw, he just went viral for being a douchebag.
Yeah.
That was like his whole thing. Well, the CEO, Brian Nickel, was hired this past week to help fix everything and tamp down the Wall Street rebellion. As the company's stock sagged and activist investors swooped in, he brings restaurant chops from his predecessor, Laxman Narish. That his predecessor didn't have. And industry adoration from his success turning around Chipotle Mexican Grill. Again, I think
he ran into the fucking ground.
That's
Chipotle sucks.
I know. Yeah.
It used to be great. It used to be the hot thing. Now
maybe he turned around. I don't know what he turned around.
Yeah.
But hey, also maybe any press is good press, right? Because he was maybe that turned it around.
Maybe that's it.
Him being a clown on TikTok.
Clown.
He's a clown.
He's a clown.
He's a clown. Well, plenty of Starbucks challenges are unique, but others are beyond Nickel's control. Rising prices from grocery store to the gas pump have customers pulling back from restaurants and discretionary spending. Restaurant chains are pitching deals to keep consumers coming back, though many say their patience is waning for spotty service and ever-present tip prompts.
Yeah.
It's shit service, and they're all asking you for 40% tips.
Right, they fucking flip that tablet around. I flip it right back.
Yeah. So they outline like they get into all of the problems here. We won't read everything from all of them, but one of the big problems is the cost.
The cost of coffee.
It's $7.
$7 for
a cup of coffee. And it's also not good.
Yeah.
It's also bad. Brad Pearl of Spokane, Washington, said he frequented Starbucks for more than 2 decades. Equipped with the chain's card and app, he'd visit 4 or 5 times a week. 2 years ago, he noticed prices creeping up, exacerbated prompts for tips that he said began to grate. Quote, "You haven't even been served," Pearl said, of getting asked to tip at the register.
Yeah.
Recently, Pearl said he's given up Starbucks, saving him up to $150 a month.
Wow.
That's a lot of money. He instead heads to Thomas Hammer Coffee Roasters, a local coffee chain. Yeah. Everyone go to the local coffee chain. These people they deserve to fail. They deserve to fail. All they've done is ruin the whole planet and ruin coffee.
Yeah.
And make white women even more insufferable. Here's the other problem. The app made Mosh Pit. A big part of longtime leader Howard Schultz's vision for Starbucks was ambiance, making cafes a third place between home and work, where you could go sink into the couch with an espresso, a book, a laptop.
Right.
A remote everything world has changed all of that. Most U.S. customers now order their drinks to go or via drive-thrus, never lingering inside the chain's carefully curated stores. In some ways, it is a good problem for Starbucks to have. Cafes that once averaged 1,200 orders a day are often now trying to make 1,500. To facilitate that, the company has removed seating in some of the cafes. Sweating. They removed sweating.
No, you're not allowed to sweat.
No sweat. They removed seating in the cafes.
Well, that one over here, you can't. There's like 4 seats in the whole thing.
Yeah, they've gotten rid of that whole thing. So the whole thing that made it cool to begin with is gone.
Right.
And now it's just a place.
You used to write your shitty screenplay.
Yeah.
One day dream for a life better than this, and now you're herded like cattle. You go pick up.
Yeah, you used to go there, open up your laptop, work on Force Awakens, your script for your name's J.J. Abrams.
Your name's J.J. Abrams.
Or strawberry frappuccino for J.J.
Right.
Oh, that's me.
Now everyone's orders on the app. You line up like lambs to the slaughter, and it's fucking.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone's piling in, they're on the app, and then every morning, they get absolute bum rush.
Yeah.
And people are going up there, and they go, I'll have a venti cold brew with 3 pumps of caramel syrup, vanilla sweet cold foam blended, and whipped cream.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And then the barista is like, okay, can you give me a $100 tip for that? And then everyone's going, this is an outrage. So the whole thing is like cannibalizing itself. They're asking for more tips because the work they're doing is like crazy. They're making the most custom drinks possible now.
Yeah. That's true.
And people just fire it in the app, and then they show up, and then they get pissed, and they wait, and you walk in there. It's a complete fucking
then they're like, I asked for 2 pumps and cold foam, and you didn't give me the cold foam. So
you didn't give me the cold foam.
Cold foam.
The other problem is what has cold foam done besides ruin the whole planet? Well, the other problem Starbucks has is its cultural profile, Trent. It has been made the periodic target across the political spectrum.
Yeah.
The chain's annual Red Cup promotion for the holidays has been targeted by politicians like former President Donald Trump for not explicitly referencing Christmas. They got these red cups with a bean on it. And so the right's coming after that. And recently, Starbucks has drawn more criticism from worker advocates accusing the chain of quashing unionization efforts at its cafes. In the past year, Starbucks has taken heat over the Israel-Hamas war, which with people on both sides of the conflict faulting the chain for perceived missteps. On both sides. I mean, they just can't win.
They can't win.
They can't win. Where did it said somewhere? Oh, during the Starbucks when the company at one point urged baristas to engage customers on the topic of race following the police shooting of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri.
Why?
They go for it. This should be a place for discourse.
That's so stupid.
I know. Yeah, that's crazy. And then really their last and biggest problem is China. They introduced China to coffee in 1999.
Really?
But 25 years later, there's like 5 other massive Chinese coffee companies. And so Starbucks market share has dipped 14% in the last like quarter.
Wow.
And but there's only one man who could turn it all around. There he is.
Brian Nickel.
Chipotle hero.
Chipotle king.
Soon to be Starbucks.
Wow.
Hero.
What was China doing before the coffee?
Tea.
Matcha?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Tea.
Interesting.
There's no beverages. It's just work.
They love tea over there. They do love tea.
Or that's India? They like tea more there. Do they like tea in China? Yeah, I would think so.
I think there's some phrase, tea in China or something.
Yeah.
Then all the tea in China. Isn't that a phrase?
Oh, yeah, that's a phrase. I guess it's a pretty big place for tea. Yeah. I've never been.
I've never been either.
Yeah.
Well, Starbucks is on the downfall, but Grizzlies, they're making a comeback.
Grizzlies.
But they're also causing problems.
That's shocking. I can't believe it.
Bears, this is from the Wall Street Journal. Bears are invading towns, eating crops, as some states push for hunting to resume.
They need Robert Kennedy Jr.
Exactly, yeah. Well, he's not doing anything now.
No, all he's doing is endorse
Trump.
Out.
He endorsed Trump. He's got plenty of free time to shoot bears in Cody, Wyoming.
That's right. This is in Wyoming?
Yeah. Dateline, Cody, Wyoming. Since the Grizzlies arrived, harvesting sweet corn has become an unwelcome adrenaline rush for Cecil and Bridget Gallagher.
Cecil.
The huge omnivores began showing up on their ranch near here about a decade ago, forcing them to put up an electric fence to protect a popular fall corn maze.
The corn maze. Oh, my God. They're coming after the corn maze.
They're coming after the corn maze. Wouldn't that be a scary sight?
You go, not this way.
Nope.
We try the other way.
Yeah, you go, oh, that's a guy in a bear costume.
And then you go the other way, and there's a guy running down with a gun trying to get the bear. Oh, my God. It's the worst maze I've ever been in.
But grizzly bears have kept coming into the surrounding cornfields. 4 were trapped by state game managers last year. Now, as harvest season looms, the Gallaghers fear for themselves and their children, who will have to walk among 8-foot-high corn stalks, often separated as they pick, and trying to generate enough noise to ward off bears. So these people, and maybe it's a small field or something, but from what I gather, they're harvesting the corn by hand.
The bears are?
No, these guys, the way it's written here, they have to walk.
Well, it's a maze, is it not, or is it field?
Well, I think they may have one maze, but the rest
got a field.
They got a field, a maze. But they have to. It says here they have to walk among 8-foot-high corn stalks as they pick the corn, which could just get a combine. But maybe.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not the industrial farmer that you are.
Yeah.
You know, I came from a pick it by hand kind of farm. You came from a combine farm.
Yeah.
So
So
maybe it's one of those.
Maybe it's one of those. Pick it by hand. It's a pick it by hand farm.
Pick it by hand farm.
And now they have to compete with the grizzly bears.
yeah. So you know what they need to get is they need to get a nice farm dog to ward them off.
Sheepdog. Yeah. Well, an apex predator that can top 500 pounds and outrun a horse, grizzlies have made a roaring comeback since they were put on the endangered species list in 1975, when as few as 700 proudly lower 48.
Wow.
Biologists estimate the grizzly population has risen to at least 2,000. Still not very many.
Yeah.
And the bears...
So is that a problem? Like, what? I mean, if 700's endangered and 2,000's overpopulated... what's the magic number we're looking for? There's supposed to be 1,300 grizzly bears, exactly. No more, no less.
2,000 doesn't seem like enough to be shooting them dead.
yeah, exactly. Just put up some electrical fences. Right. I don't know, whatever. What do I know?
The bears are now roaming far beyond their Glacier and Yellowstone National Park strongholds and into farms, towns, and ranches across the northern Rockies, where they haven't been seen in over a century. The resurgence is leading to conflicts between the bears and another apex species that had grown accustomed to life with few grizzlies: humans.
Oh, we're apex predators because we got our goddamn guns.
Yes.
I'll tell you that right now.
Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming are now pushing for the grizzly to be taken off the protected list and for their number to be managed with hunting.
These guys love taking stuff off the protected list.
Yeah.
They go, let's build a pipeline through here.
Yeah.
Let's take the whole park off the protected list. Let's shoot the grizzlies, build the pipeline.
Right.
No abortions.
Give us a year, we'll put them back on the list.
But hey, that's their state, and they have the right to do what they want.
Yeah, it's states' rights.
We've always been a big states' rights podcast, and
quote, they need to be scared of us, said Samantha Justice.
Samantha Justice.
Justice. Yeah. She's 22, who was booking rafting trips on a river where grizzlies have charged 2 boats recently.
My God.
And who carries her rifle when she goes in the woods. Like many here, Justice wants bears open to hunting.
Right.
She's got the perfect name for it.
Yeah.
Grizzly advocates are fighting to maintain protections, arguing today's population pales in comparison to the estimated 50,000 bears that roamed the western U.S. in the mid-1800s.
50,000, yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah. Quote, we are talking about an icon of our Western heritage and the last of the last, said David Mattson.
But...
wasn't that the guy that was buying up all the houses?
Same guy. He's in all the stories. But back then, I mean, there was literally no one anywhere.
Right.
So now there are people everywhere.
There's people everywhere.
So you can't really have 50,000 bears.
You can't have 50,000, but maybe.
I think 1,300 is our magic number.
1,300. We've cracked it. 1,300.
We can kill 700. They should do a one night only. Yeah. Go out and shoot as many as you can.
Right. I think that's a fair compromise for everybody.
Yeah.
Even with the bears' comeback, human fatalities are still relatively rare. Since 1992, there have been at least 165 recorded injuries to humans, including 10 deaths. A low number considering the region's burgeoning population and millions of tourists. Yellowstone averages 1 grizzly attack a year. Its lowest on record per capita, said Carrie Gunther, the park's bear management biologist. Yet around Yellowstone, conflicts have risen from about 50 annually in the early 1990s to more than 400 in recent years, according to the interagency team. Grizzlies are burglarizing buildings, tangling with people, and taking down cows, sheep, chickens, and pet dogs.
Oh, my God. Even Fido?
The bear's range has tripled to 27,000 square miles since 1990, the team estimates. Now, I also think part of this, in getting involved with people are so stupid now. They get outside, they're in Yellowstone, they get outside of their car, they walk up to the grizzly and try to get a selfie with it.
Yeah, it just rips their jugular out, you know? And then we go, we got to do something about this. Right. No, stay 100 yards away from it at all times. Yeah. I don't know. But if you start shooting them, I mean, isn't that dangerous too? Because what if you miss? Then they just charge you?
Probably.
And they just rip your head off? Or maybe they run the other way. I don't know.
They might get scared. They might get spooked.
Yeah, I don't know how bears work.
Yeah. Dana Darlington runs a ranch on the Montana prairie where grizzlies hadn't been seen in at least a century. But one cold morning last April, he and his wife found remnants of a 120-pound calf that state biologists later confirmed had been attacked by one of the bears. Quote, I never thought I'd see a grizzly kill out here in my life, said Darlington, 60. I'm just bewildered what is going on out here. You might be bewildered. You live in a Montana prairie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey,
where else are we going to find a bear if not where you decided to live?
Right.
Yeah. What is this?
Their natural habitat.
It's like if I saw a rat down the street. I'm like, this is crazy.
This is complete bullshit.
I'm just trying to live in my beautiful Sex in the City dream.
Yeah. It's like, what do you expect?
Yeah. I mean, now, so they can't shoot them, though.
Not yet. But so we're working on it.
So there's no recourse. if one's like in your property eating your corn, there's like not much you can do.
No, I don't think so.
Because there's no animal that's going to confront it. And
they're an apex predator.
What about a bear trap?
Could put a bear trap. I think this is probably illegal too. You injured the bear. I'm thinking of like an old fashioned.
Me too. One with on the foot. Yeah.
I think that's probably they outlawed those too. But what about a net? You ever see like in a movie?
Net that doesn't hurt them at all.
Yeah.
Or how about this? You got a bear on the property. You give it an offering every morning.
Yeah.
You go out there. You put a bunch of fucking salmon in one spot far away from the kids and everybody.
Yeah.
And you go out there on the tractor and throw some fish out there.
Right.
Fucking jar of honey.
Yeah.
And there's an understanding.
There's an understanding. I gotta make you an offering. Stay away from.
Or is it never enough for bears?
Never enough. They may keep coming around, and they're like vagrants.
Yeah, jeez.
It's a lose-lose. There's only one option. You have to shoot them.
Back to 1,300 total.
Back to 1,300.
Then we're good.
That's a perfect number.
That's a perfect
no
number.
more, no less.
No more, no less. Wow. Well, I think that's the show.
I think that about wraps it up.
This about wraps it up. It's been another episode of Echo Chamber Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, all that shit.
And thanks for tuning in. As always.
Tell your friends.
That's
it. That's the show. As always, this is Trent Mabry signing out.
And this is Joe Nunnink signing off.
Bye-bye.